this up, though. We're gonna use our handy dandy stylus. That's a tomato. I'm growing tomatoes right now. They don't look like that yet, though. They're still very green, but soon enough. Okay, Art Academy Home Studio. Loading. There's paw prints on the screen. I can't interact with the screen yet. It's loading. Oh, this is certainly taking a while to load. I mean, this is all on SSD, so I would hope it would load faster, but maybe it's because it's the first time. Oh! Selected option on the Wii U gamepad. You can't see it, but it has lessons and free paint and recordings, Miiverse, portfolio, gallery, lessons. Let's do a, whoa! Okay, well, we're over here now. Learn how to draw and paint beautiful art with your personal tutor, Vince. Is Vince the doll man? Okay, yeah, double lessons. Beginner course. If you're new to art, the beginner course will get you started with solid grounding in the basic principles and practices of painting and drawing. Yeah, you know what? I'm still not very good at drawing, so let's see. Using a variety of media, this gradual step-by-step introduction ideal for the novice artist. Topics include shading, color, and perspective. Yes, please. Intro lesson, tomato. That's a nice looking tomato. Oh, that's Vince, I think. I seem to remember his face. But I could also be wrong. Hello there, look at him! Oh, I love him already. Hi. You're probably wondering what we're doing in a cave. We're in a cave? I thought I was in my apartment. Let me get my flashlight and I'll do my best to illuminate you. Oh, hello. There, that's better. Okay, so we're looking at caveman art. The animals that adorn these walls date back to prehistoric times. It's humbling to think that this and other similar places all over the world is where painting began. The importance of food and the desire to eat seem to have inspired prehistoric cave dwellers to paint their surroundings. Delicious. In fact, you'll come to learn that I'm rather fond of food myself. I can't tell. Where's your mouth, sir? Oh, perhaps you never tried your hand at art before, or maybe you're just curious to learn more. In any case, you're about to become part of a grand tradition that stretches back thousands of years. Still life is one of art's most enduring genres, and fruit has always featured heavily within that genre, and tomatoes are a fruit, remember this. It's particularly good for beginners, and it's easy to break down into shape, color, and texture, all of which we'll delve into in the coming lesson. Of course, I like to work with all sorts of subjects, but fruit is always around. Especially in my garden. In fact, my tomatoes are just about ripe enough for us to paint one today. By the way, my name is Vincent, but you can call me Vince. I live here in the heart of the English countryside with my dog, Bacon. I mean, he did say he likes food. Dog Bacon. Where's your dog? Oh, there's your dog, Bacon. There he is, waiting patiently at the door. He knows we're about to go inside and start today's lesson. Shall we? I mean, I have no choice. Whoa. Oh, in stage 1, we're going to sketch the outline of the tomato. Okay, we're gonna... Whoa. That's a photo, maybe that is a photo of a tomato. I was about to say, that's a really good tomato drawing, if it's a drawing. Painting and drawings begin with first observing the subject matter and then deciding how best to commit it to canvas or paper. I thought pastels would be a good medium, and I've chosen some colored paper for us to use. It's a good practice to begin with a quick, loose sketch like this before you start blocking in big areas of color. Don't try to do anything too complicated. All we need is an outline of the tomato, the oval of the cast shadow, and a suggestion of the stem. Notice that our humble tomato is by no means a perfect sphere. In cross-section, you can see the tomato has distinct bumps at the top and a flattened bottom. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Believe me, at my age, you get all about lumps, bumps, and flattened bottoms. Is that so, Mr. Vince? Before we start to sketch, we're going to turn on a grid to help us place everything. Just tap the highlighted icon on the gamepad. Grid. Oh, grid. Whoa. Next, we're going to select the corner of the brown pastel. The highlights on the gamepad show you how. Pastels. Pastel. Oh, press that. Okay, I press. Oh! If you're feeling a bit nervous, you can always try out tools on the scratch pad first. You can open it by tapping the handle on the left of the tool set. Yes. On the scratch pad, you can scribble away to your heart's content to get the feel for a new tool or mark size. Okay, we're ready. Now watch how I sketch the outline. Just watch him just. Oh, what? Oh. Oh, it's, that's, yeah. Sometime, I was about to say, this man is taking forever to sketch. Okay, there we go. That's looking tomato-esque. The game, I didn't even press anything. The game was like, okay, this man is taking too long. It's time to skip ahead a little bit. Oh my gosh. 5 hours later, this man has made the ghost of a tomato. Oh, that looks, yeah, look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, you're making the, oh yeah, the lines for the lumpies. As you can see, I'm carefully judging where to put the first few marks and making sure everything lines up nicely with the grid. Now you're ready to start. Okay. If you want to open the toolbar during the lesson, tap the icon in the bottom corner of the gamepad. Okay. When you finish a step, open the toolbar and tap the next step icon. Let's just do that now to practice. Next step. Good, now it's your turn to draw. Just tap next step to call me back when you're ready. My turn. So you guys, well, this might not be as fun. You're gonna see the tomato on the screen. Well, maybe it'll show you where I'm drawing. No, it does not. Oh, how do I undo? Undo. Okay, well, you guys are gonna get to look at a tomato for a while. Oopsie. Oh wait, TV image. Oh, there we go. Maybe the corner of the brow. My artwork. Subject image. There we go. Now you guys can see my artwork. Okay, so we're gonna make a tomato. We know what the tomato looks like that. And it's a little lumpy. You guys are gonna be able to look at my artwork. Okay. So we're gonna that and a little flat on the bottom and round, and I feel like it needs to go down. Okay, we're gonna undo. How do I erase? Eraser. I'm pretty sure that's the eraser. No, that's the smudgy. Ah, what's the eraser? I don't want a pastel. Oh, eraser. This is the... Okay, well, maybe I needed to make the eraser bigger. Okay, it's okay. I'm just learning how to use the tools. Okay, there we go. That's a big eraser. Okay, we're gonna try to keep it within the top and bottom line. Oh, geez. Sorry, my laptop just went off because I was moving some files, and it's like, it's done, and I'm like, you don't have to yell at me. Okay, that one and that. We want the brown. So it's tomato time, guys. Oh, you can still see the ghost of the outline. It's fine. Hip. 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 And then we're gonna make the tomato leafy bits. Oop, that was a little hit. And then stem. Beautiful. That's it. Now that's what I call a tomato. Next step. Yes, please. Okay, my tomato looks a little different. Stage 1, we sketch the outline of the tomato. Shh, I forgot to draw the shadow. In stage 2, we're going to begin coloring the body of the fruit. Okay, as you can see, our tomato is bright red. Red is one of the 3 primary colors, along with blue and yellow. It is often associated with passion, heat, and danger. Although it's interesting to note that some cultures view it as a sign of happiness. At any rate, it's definitely a color that draws the attention of the viewer. First, let's turn off the grid. Turn off the grid. Now you can select the side of the red pastel. We're using the big one. Now watch me block in the body of the tomato. This is gonna take a while. Are you gonna skip ahead? I feel like it's gonna skip ahead. Yep, it's gonna skip ahead. Aha, yes. Very good. Now I wish I had drawn the tomato a little better, but you know what? There's a start for everything. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to make my tomato red. That should be pretty easy, so have fun with it. If you go over the outline, don't worry. You can always undo the last mark you made by tapping the undo icon. Thanks, I used. Also, if you missed a bit of instruction and want to go over the teaching again, you can replay the current step. Yep, replay step icon. Got it. My turn. Okay, I know the pastel wants me to. I'm gonna use this, and I know that's the one I'm supposed to be using. Don't worry, I'm gonna making my tomato a little bigger. That's all. And over here, a little line down there. Beautiful. Okay. Pastel red, big, and now it's time. I thought there would be music through the whole thing, but it's very quiet. It's very quiet. Okay, well, that's fine. Fill in the red. We're making tomato. Should probably start with like the actual tomatoey outline. You know? We're just gonna go and follow the tomato outline. This is what I call art. This is not how I do stuff on like the drawing program I have, but maybe I should start. Okay. Oh yeah, because that we're gonna pretend that that's not leaf. Okay. I mean, I think I can go over and erase stuff in later steps. It just wants me to follow these specific steps. Also, my God, it's very lonely without the music. I thought it would play like gentle stringed music the entire time. But no, you guys get to see me color in my tomato in silence. Isn't that great? You just get to hear my voice. That's what everybody wants. Oh, God. Tomato. That's what I call tomato. I'm gonna make it a little pointy at the bottom because tomatoes are usually a little pointy at the bottom. Next step. Yes, please. So how do we transform this somewhat boring red shape into a ripe, juicy tomato? Wow, calling my stuff boring. The answer is to give it form. This is achieved by adding darker and lighter colors to the body of the fruit. These changes in tone are what prevent a painting from being dull and two-dimensional. If we remove the color from our tomato, we can still see that it's a three-dimensional object. This is because we have good tonal variation. Without a good range of lights and darks, your artwork will be flat and meaningless to the eye. Oh, that's actually a lot of my art. Ooh. Let's pick the side of a dark red pastel. Okay. we're going to use this to darken the shadowed areas of the tomato and block in the cast shadow. Here, watch as I take 20 years to do it. Yeah, okay, the shadows underneath all of the... Yes! Yes! And do that, and then your coloring sometime later. It does add a lot of depth. Use the pastel with light sweeping curves to follow the shape of the tomato. Okay, my turn. And then we're gonna block in the shadow. Yeah. Now that's what I call tomato shadow. Very good. Next step, please. Because the skin of the tomato is reflective, it picks up light from the surrounding environment. Our tabletop is yellow, and this so-called bounce light can be seen on the skin of the tomato. Let's get the side of an orange pastel. Well, it's a good thing we only have a certain amount of pastels. To create the effect of bounce light, we're going to use this orange on the underside of the tomato, and also across the bumps at the top, which are known as shoulders. Are they? Are tomato bumps called shoulders? I didn't know that. Well, I know now. Okay. Use a little bit up there. Oh, look at that variation we're getting in. Oh, and then the... Yeah, sometime later. Okay, so we just kind of want to scooch it all around where it looks like it'll show. Okay. Very nice. It's subtle, but this is an important step in bringing realism to our tomato. Okay. We've reached the middle of the lesson, so now's a good time to save your progress. To do so, open the toolbar and tap the options icon, select Save Lesson, pick a slot, and finally tap Save. Thanks. So, save lesson. Calculating save size. Not that big. It's a very small tomato. New slot. Save. On my portfolio. Goodness, this takes a very long time to save. Yay, okay. I thought it was going to be like we couldn't save your tomato. Back. Okay. Pastels. We've already got the orange one. Okay, so we're going to do a bit of orange on top. A bit of orange on top. I saw he did a little bit around the bottom perimeter. And then a little bit in there. Bit in there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Get it in the shoulders. Oh. Whoa. Did it just zoom in on the screen? Oh, no, I'm just like optical illusion looking at that. God. Look at this. This is my tomato. I made this. Oops. Yeah, it's okay. You know what? It's fine. It gives it a little bit of, it gives a little bit of flair. Next step, my tomato is orange. In stage 2, we paint the body of the tomato. In stage 3, we're going to begin on the stem. Okay, our tomato is coming together nicely. Now we need to give the stem some attention. My God. Its thin, spindly shape is a nice contrast to our thick red tomato. We'll break it down into two distinct tones, a light and a dark green. We'll begin with the dark green, so go ahead and pick up the flat of the dark green pastel. Okay. Okay, and we're making a medium. As you paint, I want you to think about the direction of light and how it's creating the dark green areas of the stem. Whoa, that's really dark green. That's like black. I thought, okay, well. Okay, so he just wants us to color in, okay, yeah. So like the shadowy parts. And then we'll fill in the rest with the light green. So why can't this music play the whole time? Hip! Hip, hip, hip. Yeah, the shadowy bits. Oh, and wait, why are we putting dark green down? Well, I guess to give it more shadow. Okay. Now let's put a stroke of dark green where the bottom of the tomato meets the cast shadow. I couldn't resist. It looks so good against the bright red. No, okay. Sure thing, Vince. My turn. Fine, I'll do the same thing. And then we're gonna. Next step. Yes, please. Light green. Now we're going to paint the rest of the stem with a light green pastel. This mix of light and dark will give believability to the shape. First, select the flat or light green. Okay, got it. Light green. The technique is to drag the light green pastel across the dark green so you get a nice transition between the two tones. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, and you kind of meld them. Yeah, haha. Okay, that's why we did the dark first. I got it. Now it's your turn to work with the light green. Yes, please. By the way, you can change the image displayed on your TV. Yes. By tapping the toolbar subject. Yeah. Very useful to check your progress throughout the course of the lesson. Or how to show everybody how I'm doing. Get that realism in there. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Now that's what I call a tomato. Next step. Yes, please. In stage 3, we'll paint the stem. We did that. We painted the stem. Okay. In stage 4, we're going to finish off the tomato with smudging and highlights. Oh, smudging. The way an object reflects light is extremely important to an artist as it reveals the nature of its surface. On the right, you can see how differently the light would react if our tomato were made out of glass. The brightest area of reflected lights are called highlights. If we make them too shiny or too dull, the skin of the tomato won't seem realistic. We'll start with the flat of a light yellow pastel. That must be the one like on the far left. Yeah, that one. The areas are very distinct, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, just like two spots, basically. Right there. Boom. You notice how I also added a stroke of color to the bottom left of the tomato? By the way, if you need more information about a particular tool, technique, yeah, find it in the glossary. You can activate, yes, glossary. My turn. Okay. Yeah. Like that, and that. It looks so blurry on the screen. Next step. Yes, please. We're going to use the blendy tool next. Now we're going to use the smudge stick to unify our painting as a whole. Go ahead and pick the large smudge stick now. Is there a small one? Large. Oh, it means large as in choose. Is there small, medium, and large tool sizes? We'll start by gently smudging the edge of the highlights to make them look more realistic. Then we'll do the body of the tomato, and lastly, the stem. Okay. Sometime later. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's all just, yeah, we're just blending everything together to make it look more flush. I need to get better at using the blending tool and things. Oh, look at that. That looks really good. Oh, man. I wonder how mine's going to look when it's all done. Look at that tomato. You can smudge your painting in any order you see fit. Just don't overdo it and lose all the texture we built up. Okay. The texture? This texture? This texture, you mean, sir? Okay, I'm gonna save my progress. Yeah. Calculating save size. Save the game. All right, horn. All right. So we're doing pretty good. We've almost finished our first tomato. Okay. Smudge. Smudgy, smudge. Smudgy, smudge. Smudge. Blend. Blend my tomato. Yes. Blend the shadows. Blend everything. Blend the colors here. Blend them here. Blend here. There's lots of blending, please. Blendy blend. Next step. Yes. To finish off our painting, we're going to add white to the highlights. We'll need the corner of a white pastel for this. Okay. A little bit of white. Pure white is very powerful in a painting and draws the eye, so it's always wise to use it sparingly. The tendency with reflective objects is to go a bit wild. It's a mistake beginners often make, so be careful not to fall into that trap. Therefore, we're going to use it in only 3 small spots within the area of our previously smudged highlight. Yeah, the one behind the leaf and the 2 in the front. Oh, okay, never mind. Thought he was gonna put the 3rd one in the back because you see a little bit of light there, but... Oh no, see, he did! You said 3! That's 4! You lied to me, Vince. You lied to me. Vince, you gonna tell me that you did 4? Also, did you notice that at the end of the step, I added a little curl of white to the top of the stem? I lied. You can do that too, if you like. I will. That's a good time to use the zoom feature. It'll make it much easier for you to work on the finer details. Okay. My turn. Zoom. Whoa. Okay, how do I choose where I zoom? How do I? No, that's not what I want to do. Undo. Zoom. Well, it's okay. I'll put a little swirly bit on top. So I kind of wanna use the smudgy a little. Finish lesson. Yeah, I'm ready to finish. Well done. We finished our tomato. Let's take a quick look back at how we did it. First, we sketched the outline of the tomato. Then we painted in the body of the tomato. Next, we began to work on the stem. Finally, we smudged the painting and added highlights. I hope you feel satisfied with your work. It is nice to achieve a good result, but what happens inside us as we create art is much more important. Crab! I got crab! Vincent van Gogh agonized over sunflowers and starry nights. J.M.W. Turner hurled us through the sound and fury of the sea, and Claude Monet seduced us with sunlight. I don't remember being seduced by him. They're not masters because of their subject matter, their technique. Their greatness comes from the ability to speak to us through their work. In time, you'll find your own voice as an artist. I, for one, can't wait to see what you'll come up with next. It is good to love many things, for therein lies the true strength, and whosoever loves much performs much, and can accomplish much, and what is done in love is well done. Vincent van Gogh. He went a little crazy, but he had a good heart, I think, before that. Maybe. Yeah! That's not what my tomato looks like, though. Show my tomato! Art Academy is a worldwide community of artists who learn from each other and share all of their wonderful creations. By posting your artwork to Miiverse, but Miiverse doesn't exist. It's so sad that they got rid of that. Miiverse was a pretty good idea. Posting your artwork to Miiverse, you can compare your results and get feedback on your progress. I will say, I do really wish the Switch had a stylus, but then they'd have to... I guess the touchscreen would have had to be different. It had to have been different and probably would have cost more to produce or something. I don't know. You can post anything from a quick sketch to finished masterpieces by tapping the options icon. Yep. My tomato! Beautiful. Put that on the fridge, please. You unlocked apple. Whoa, that's a photo. That's a photo. I was like, that's a really good apple. I unlocked the apple. Do you want to post your artwork to Miiverse? No, because it doesn't exist. But I'll save it to the portfolio. Save. You guys happy? We made a tomato. And now we can make an apple. Save completed. Look at the gamepad. Oh. Exit lesson. Yeah, because we finished the lesson. It's bacon! That's bacon. All right. So we drew a tomato, and it looked pretty good. No, that was a pretty decent tomato. I wonder if I can get pictures of. Oh yeah, new lesson. Who's ready to draw? Beginner course. Intro lesson, tomato. But then, bum, 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 lesson 1, apple. 2. How many lessons are there? Oh, there's 6 lessons. The last one's a seascape. What does it say up there? Yeah, lilies. Okay. Apple. Da, 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 da. Okay. Oh, man, that's a lot more texture than the tomato. We'll have to see how this goes. Bacon! Hello there, I'm speaking in a lower voice because it looks like Bacon is just about to nod off. I imagine that early morning run through the fields has finally taken its toll on him. Now that he's settled down, we can get to the real business of the day. Art! Is that a bushel of cauliflower? Let's see, apple, onion? Eggplant. Something else back there. There's no great mystery to choosing a subject for your drawings or paintings. True artists can find beauty in almost anything they see around them. It's how you treat the subject matter that's really important. The way you think and feel as an artist will always come through in your work. To prove my point, let's take one of these apples from the counter. I'm just going to arrange it against a suitable background and then we'll begin our drawing. Excellent. There's a nice tension between the shape of the whole round apple and the cut slice resting beside it. Also, with the cloth as a backdrop, we'll get a nice undulating cast shadow beneath it. But we'll get to that later. Oh, I love undulating cast shadows. Whoa, that's an apple. Yeah. In stage 1, we'll start by sketching the basic shape and size of the apple. By starting with some simple lines, we get to focus on the overall size and shape of our apple without getting lost on the smaller details. To begin with, we'll use the grid to help us position our sketch. I should probably use a grid more when I start like art as well, just to make sure that I stay within the lines and all that. Let's turn on the grid now, yes. Grid. Excellent. Now we're going to focus on the proportions of our subject. Proportion is the relationship in size between different parts of a drawing. If we examine our subject, we can see that the slice reaches almost to the center of the apple, lining up with the stalk on top. That's pretty helpful. At its highest point, the slice reaches halfway up the whole apple. Take a little time to get these proportions right initially, or taking a little time to do it, will make it much easier to add details later on in the drawing. For now, we just need to establish the overall height and width of the apple and the slice. Okay. First, let's select the point of the red pen. Oh, we're using pencils today. Pencils? Oh, point of the red pencil. Not pastels. Now sit back and watch how I do it. It's going to take hours. Okay, go ahead, Vince. Oh, he's making a box. So that way okay, because that's what it showed. He's making a box, and then he'll make the shape inside the box. Okay, he's making another box. Multiple boxes. So it was about halfway up to the stem. Yeah, okay. Okay. Whoa, that's all we want to do? Oh, we're just making boxes? I thought that we were drawing It's that simple. You may have noticed I use long strokes to make my lines smoother. Perhaps you'd like to try this technique yourself. Okay, you can start sketching now. Okay, I'm sketching boxes. Your turn. Okay, so. Oh, it does show on the grid. That's that. So it's slightly above. That's the bottom one. So yeah, there's that. So it's 1, 2, 3, and like about halfway. Oh, I think I hear some rumblies outside. Down, top and the bottom first, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Slightly outside there, slightly inside there, and then that's down. Okay, so he did like that, about halfway up the apple, and then another one right there, which is like right on the line, and then like that. Okay. Okay, you guys, here, you guys can look. That's his sketch. That's my sketch. Okay, okay. Mine is a little more lopsided, but you know what? It's fine. Next step. Yes, please. Now that the main proportions are right, we'll sketch out in some diagonal lines to join up the marks and finish the overall shape of the apple. We can continue using the point of the red pencil for this. You already have the right tool, haha! That's right. Just sit back and watch how I do it. Okay, Vince. Yeah, he's gonna... Okay, so he's basically making an octagon. Oh, okay. Yeah, it is pretty simple. Quick, wasn't it? Now it's your turn. Don't fuck it up. Okay, my turn. Okay. So I'm gonna have to chop off a bit of the excess. Okay, and then ha-da-da, ha-da-da, and ha-da-da. I think I might want to use the eraser, though, and get rid of the excess. Art. We're doing it. Okay, I think that's about right. Yeah, okay. Not bad. We're doing it. Next step, please. Well done. We found the proportions of the apple and the slice. Now it's time to draw in the contours. Since we finished sketching the outline, it's a good time to turn off the grid. Okay, turn off the grid. Thank you. Before us, we have 3 different contours. A contour is simply the outline of an object. It's a term we use to describe shape. Banana, apple, pear. As you can see, even a simple outline can still be extremely descriptive. Hopefully, you can name all 3 of these fruits from their contours alone. Yeah! Of course you can! If you can't, you're an idiot. Or you just don't know what fruit is. I hope you guessed right. I'd be a little concerned if you thought that one of them was a pineapple. Why would pineapples look completely different, Vince? That's a terrible joke. Also, those are very good drawings of fruit. We can keep using the point to the red pencil to draw the contour. Okay, pencil. Red pencil, pointy bit. Have a look at how I do it. Okay, are you also gonna draw the stem or just the... Oh yeah, sometime later. Because you're probably gonna do, okay. Oh, he didn't do the dip. All right, I gotcha. Oh yeah, I should probably delete the part that's stuck behind it. Oh, Damn, that's looking pretty good. Damn, Vince. Oh, I guess he is the teacher. If he wasn't good at what he was doing, that might be bad. He's not trying to show me up. Unless he is trying to show me up. Try to keep your lines long and loose. Don't worry if they're not perfect. We can always clean them up later. Long and loose. Okay. First things first. Deleted. Pencil. Yep. Apple stem. Yeah. Oh, that's already looking very apple-y. Aw, shit. Yeah. That bad boy. Long and loose. Long and loose. Kind of funny how a few lines can just really make the difference. That is, wow. It's kind of crazy watching this come together. Like, I'm no artist. Let me just put it out there. Partially because I don't practice. I really should have probably been doing this kind of thing from the beginning. But, you know, you just don't think about it. Kind of like I should be working out a lot more, but we'll worry about that later. I mean, I did go on a walk today. Whoops. This is already looking pretty good. It's looking apple-y. I think let me see his. Okay, he doesn't have the little divot on the bottom. I'll worry about that later. Yeah, I mean, my apple's still a little. It's a little chunkster, but we won't worry about that too much. Now let's switch to the pencil. Eraser again. All right. That's looking pretty good. Let's switch back to the pencil. Oops, did I? Oh, I had the thick. Oops. Well, that's okay. Apple. Next step, please. Oops, I forgot to make the other part of the line. That's the red part. In stage 1, we drew the outline of the apple in the slice. In stage 2, we're going to shade our drawing to give it some form. Okay. So far, we've drawn the contour of our apple. Now let's block it in to create the appearance of a solid shape. We're going to use the flat of the red pencil for this step. Just follow my highlights on the gamepad to select it. Good, now that that's selected, let's shade in the apple. This will create a mid-tone, which will give us a nice base for the rest of our drawing. Show me how to do that mid-tone, Mr. Vince. Oh, that actually looks, I like that. It looks really good. I'm not, not just the apple, but also this video I'm watching. That does look really good, damn. You think it looks a little flat at the moment? Don't worry, we'll add light and dark shades very soon. I mean, it still looks pretty good. As you work, try to shade more heavily on the right side of the apple. Yeah, because the light. Okay, my turn. I'm using the correct. I forgot to oh, that. Fill in the apple. A little extra right there. Fill that bad boy in. And he should just shade a bit more heavily on the right side. Probably because the shadow. Just kind of fill that bad boy in. Especially there at the bottom. Yeah. Behind the slicey. Let's compare it to what we saw. That. Yeah. Making apple very good. Hell yeah. Just keep filling it in. It's just like a pencil. You have to kind of just keep at it for a while. There we go. More on that bad boy. There. All right, next step. Yes, please. Great, we've completed the shape of the apple. Now it's time to add some form. For many centuries, artists have painted complex images with intricate detail and rich color. Early artists were masters of line and shape, but they placed much less importance on creating a realistic sense of space and depth. I mean, yeah, makes sense. It wasn't until the 15th century, during a period of time known as the Renaissance, that artists such as Fra Angelico began to incorporate perspective into paintings like this one. Yeah, perspective. Oh, those are actually really good hands. I can't draw hands that good. Oh, man. Artists like Leonardo da Vinci pioneered new theories about the properties of light and shadow. Without this understanding, it would have been impossible to produce masterpieces such as this. Let's take a moment to marvel at Leonardo's Mona Lisa. Look at the play of the golden light, how it falls across her soft expression and comes to rest gently on her crossed hands. There are many theories regarding her shy smile and the way her gaze seems to beckon. For these features, Leonardo used a technique known as what? Sfumato? Is one of those silent? That's a word. Sfumato, which he describes as painting without lines or borders. The impact of these features would be greatly reduced were it not for the darkness that envelops her face, chest, and hands. Okay. Oh, when direct light hits an object, a shadow is created on the side that faces away from the light source. Yeah. This is called form shadow. A shadow also appears behind or below the object where the light is obscured. This is called cast shadow. In this step, we're going to add both the form shadow and the cast shadow. If you're having trouble seeing where the edge of the shadow begins, try blurring your vision by squinting your eyes a little. It makes the shape of the shadow easier to define and therefore easier to draw. Okay, makes sense. Let's get the 2B pencil to add in the shadow tones. You guys remember needing to have a 2B pencil for school? They are always very specific. They're like, it's gotta be 2B. Watch how I gradually add contrast to create the shadows. Okay. Oh. Okay, you started with the middle. Okay, but we're working our way to the right because the light. Sometime later. Oh, okay, never mind. It's just like the whole right of the freaking apple. Got it. And the little bits in there, in the inside of the... Okay. Yeah, and then because we kind of want to get both of those shadows. Woo! There we go. I used a technique called blocking in to add both the form and the cast shadow in one go. Well, why don't you try it? I will. Your turn. We're making the shadows. Shadows. Shadow behind the apple bit. Shadow on the ground. That, and then there's the shadow from the core bit. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. I feel like I might need to take a little bit off of there, but overall, I feel like it's pretty similar. Shadow. Shadow in there. Put a bit on the stem. There. Yeah. Okay. So as long as I keep it, off of that side. Shadow. Pencils. Eraser. Okay. Next step, please. In stage 2, we blocked the midtones and shadow tones. In stage 3, we're going to add some final touches that will really make our drawing come to life. Okay, like highlights. When working on a drawing, I often use putty erasers to make lots of little adjustments on the way. Let's select it now. Putty eraser. Putty eraser removes marks more gently than most erasers, which makes it perfect for refining our drawing. Let me show you what I mean. Okay. Because a putty eraser is kind of smudges, doesn't it? Oh, never mind. Okay, so it's softly. Oh, so the edges won't be like super harsh. Sometime later. So what we're gonna do? Okay, so this is just cleaning up the outline. The in line. Got it. Okay. Got it. Try it yourself. Take your time. Okay. Your turn. Oh, I already have the putty eraser. Take a little bit of the edge off of there. Oh, I do like the putty eraser. Pretty nice. Erasing all of the stuff that looks kind of not great. Leaving the stuff that looks good. Cutting a little bit of the shadow off. That's okay. Smoothing the apple. Sometimes I forget I can pull this thing up closer to my face to look at it instead of... Oh, sorry. Just realized you guys couldn't see. I'm smoothing the apple bits. Getting rid of the imperfections. Erasing whatever that was. Smooth. Okay. Smoothing out of that. Okay. Still doesn't look very apple-y to me, but I mean, it looks like an apple, but I feel like now we're ready to start adding details. Okay, good, like the highlights and stuff. And maybe the red? Details are an important part of any artwork. It's often where artists choose to add their own personal touches. Some artists might choose to add realistic details, whereas others are content with capturing overall impressions of their subjects. There really is no right or wrong way. Different artists are happy with different results. Be inspired by everything you see and feel. This will help you to interpret the subject in your own unique way. Remember, you'll learn how to bring your own personal touch to your artwork by trying out different techniques. Hatching is one example of a technique. This is where we use short, repeated strokes to shade an area. It can be used to quickly add tone, darken an area, or better describe the contour of an object. You can change the spacing and thickness of your lines to create a variety of tones. Lines that are close together will appear darker, and more loosely spread lines will appear lighter. Let's change to the point of the 4B pencil. We're hatching. 4B. Watch as I hatch in the shadows, gradually build up the line weight. Oh, damn. Okay, yeah, and I mean, that apple does have a lot of lines on it, so that makes sense. A lot of hatching. Ah, ha, ha. I've done only a few touches to my drawing in strategic places, but it's already added some weight and made it stand out. Now it's time for you to start hatching. Yes, sir. Hatching. Line weight. Yeah. Might be okay. this is starting to veer off wildly from where it originally started. That's okay. You know what? That's why I gotta hatch more efficient. Oh, it is starting to get really rumbly outside. Hatching. I probably should follow the contour of it better too. I mean, it is an apple. Apples are curvy. All right, next step. Yes, please. And now for that final magic touch, we're gonna add white highlights to our drawing. Are we gonna smudge this one at all? We built up our drawing, starting with the proportions, followed by the contour, and then the form. This gradual development helps us see all the tones in the drawing, without the need to focus on the brightest areas. The area closest to the light source is almost always the brightest. We call this the highlight. It helps us identify which direction the light is coming from. The white pencil will provide the ideal solution for drawing our highlights. Its brightness will really shine. Let's pick up the flat of the white pencil. Now I'm going to lightly block in the white highlights, which is like the one. It's like the one. Oh wait. Oh. Is that? I guess that would be considered a white highlight because it's. I mean, I guess the whole thing is. Yeah. How was that to say? Okay, and then yeah, that's definitely a highlight up there. Okay, got it. Magical! By drawing on colored paper, we can create a wide range of tones in a short space of time. I like to think that less is more when it comes to the brightest highlights, so try not to go overboard. Time for you to add your finishing touches. My turn. Guy's like, less is more, but he goes all like nuts with this. Oh, it's showing his apples. You guys can't see my apple. Show them my apple. Oh, show them my apple, I guess. Well, you know what? This is we're learning. That's the thing. I mean, it's an apple. You can tell it's an apple. It's definitely an apple. Okay, I made my thing a little big, but let's not worry. Finish lesson. That looks good enough to eat. I hope you've enjoyed using pencils and learning about light and form. Shall we look back at how we put our drawing together? Sure. We started with a simple sketch of the proportions and contours. Next, we added the midtones and the shadows. Lastly, we finished with some hatching and added highlights for that extra pop. The natural world has always been at the core of artists' subjects. Everything from the mundane to the majestic can be used to inspire a beautiful work of art. In our upcoming lessons, we'll continue to work from nature while learning about a wide variety of tools. See you soon! Yay! I made an apple! Woo! That's... okay, that could have made that slice a little smaller. But... you've unlocked new content. Lesson 2, mini lesson, tree. That's a bonsai tree. No, there's no Miiverse. Save to portfolio. I like my, you know what? I like the way that these are turning out. They don't have to be perfect. They just have to be something that I created. Art is art, kids. Remember that. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, because they're probably just being a dick. They've completed. So yeah, that was exit lesson. That was tomato and then apple. Not bad. Maybe I should draw, because doing this, I'm like, man, I'm growing a lot of like tomatoes and stuff myself. Maybe I should draw some of that too. I do have a lot of tomatoes growing. They're all baby tomatoes, but it's fine. People like tomatoes.